We're live. We're Elsie.
Hello.
We're Elsie-less right now.
We are, but that won't be forever. Today is
That's true.
3:43, right?
Today is episode 343.
Okay.
Coming right up on 350.
I have to redo this every time. 16-bit, you said, right? And mono.
Yes. Mono 44 100. 16-bit
Okay.
mono.
It doesn't sound right. Hold on. Something's not. Hold on. I have to probably redo my. I wish I could just keep this preference all the time, but for some reason, no.
Come back.
Yeah, always.
Here she comes. Whoop. It's just her, but no picture.
All right. Let me see. Testing.
Devices did not connect. Here she
All
comes.
right, that's better. I'm ready. I'm ready now.
This is not it. I got to go come back.
Out and back. So here's a funny story before we get started.
Hit me.
I'm sitting there looking at my Adobe account. Here she comes. And all of a sudden, my Adobe account, I don't like this. This has got to be this way. Okay. My Adobe account, I'm getting charged an extra $30. So what happened was someone said, there's a thing pops up and says, would you like to check out our images? I click on it. Well, when I clicked on it, it charged me $29 a month if I didn't cancel in 14 days.
Oopsie daisy.
Yeah, that's not good.
I didn't even sign up for it. So anyhow, they got me for $60. So I'm like, you guys. So I go to cancel, and it tells me if I want to cancel, it's going to cost me $134 to cancel.
What?
That's what I said. But a little
Why? What?
I don't know.
What even is that?
Because I guess it's for the year. You signed up for the year, or there's a cancellation fee of $134.
Oh
so
my
I'm
God.
like, I don't think so. So before I was here, before you guys came on, I called them and I got a nice gentleman. And he's like, well, listen, we'll extend it 90 days and you can keep your images that you paid for, which I'm never going to use. And he goes through this whole thing. And I said, yeah, you know what's going to happen in 90 days? I'm going to forget. And then you're going to get me for 2 more months before I figure it out.
Yeah, it's not good.
So what I said was, why don't we do this? You keep the $60 that you got off me. You take the images back and cancel me right now. And I'm fine with that. He goes, well, sir, you have 29 images that you paid for. I said, I'll never use them. Never. So let's just forget about it. And they were very nice. They did cancel it, and I'm not getting charged the $134. But
good, because that's dumb.
It is dumb.
I agree.
Good, because that's dumb.
All right.
Yeah, you know, John, I don't know what happened to our last recording. Honestly, I was looking at on my audio. My audio, that was not my mic audio.
It must not have been. You must have recorded.
Not. But I listened to the recording, and it was my mic audio in my side of the conversation. So I don't know what happened, unless there was, because the other thing that's been happening is that my computer has been using my audio for not my audio. I'm sorry.
See, now there you sound like you're on mic. When you turn
now that's better.
Now, when you turn your head away, you kind of get that. This is what I sound like. That's what it sounded like before. Like you're off mic. So
right.
But now if you turn towards it, it sounds better.
Oh my gosh.
What
happened?
I must go backwards in my chair.
No way.
That would have been an unbelievable, because we're recording now.
That was scary. See, now I have an LED light. That's much better, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
All right. So what did you get a chance to listen to the feed? How was it?
Not yet. I have not, because it's in honor already. I've been working on, I can't even tell you guys what I've been working on this weekend, which is why you did it, because there would have been no way I could have done.
So I was listening to you guys talk about, Lipson 5, and I'm so jelly now that I don't have I might be moving a show back over again just to take advantage of it.
Yeah. It's
Should have
Jelly.
never left. Should have never left.
jelly.
I normally wouldn't leave. Here, honest to God, and this is just me, and I've worked with other hosting sites and all. I still think Libsyn gives you the best bang for your buck.
Good.
Just my humble opinion.
Thank you. I wish we could match the colors, Jess.
What do you mean?
You mean the
the-
name color?
That's kind of matching. No. The little
Oh,
our names.
yeah.
I just kind of sort of matched it, but like
I can give you
anyway.
the hex if you want.
yeah, but that's way too much. I mean, what I'm saying is like you should be able to like do that, like change it up and put it in there fast and all this stuff. So
How about this?
Mhm.
Oops, that didn't work. Sorry.
oh my God. I'm gonna send a text.
Do it.
Dua. I also don't understand why.
This by accidente. Is that better? Is that the color you wanted to match?
What do you think, Jess? I can't see it because I don't have it in front of me.
Well, what I did was I took a color picker and
It's
then
better. Yeah.
went over that color
Perfect.
and then used it.
Perfect.
Okay. Look at us.
Perfecto.
All right. Oh my God. I don't understand why Slack is. I hate it. Slack makes me so mad. I'm gonna just close it.
A lot of
Just
people use
close it.
Discord now.
I love Discord, but I love Slack
Elsie
too. I just don't like the fact that
loves
Slack does
Discord.
not shut up.
Oh, you can't
You
you can't turn off
You
the
can
notification.
pause. Sure you can. Of course you
Oh, I
can.
No, you know what? If you switch it individually, but you can't do it system wide.
Oh,
So you have to go in there and mute
Each one?
every
I didn't know that. That's annoying.
channel that you're in.
That's crazy.
And it's so annoying. And also because if I go away for the Libsyn Slack and I say like I'm in a meeting and be quiet, it'll do it, but it won't do it for the rest of them. So I have to go in there and do the thing. So I'm trying to do a focus where I'm recording. The computer can do that now. So if I put my podcasting focus, everything turns off. Every one of my devices turns off. I'm really focused, except for Slack. Slack just keeps on slacking. And I'm just like, how is this happening?
Slack just keeps on slacking.
So it just makes it is such a bothersome, annoying thing. I cannot even.
Yeah.
All right. So it seems like we have a question from Terry. Terry
Where?
says, I'm going to put this in our
I can't
No.
see any comments. Has anyone made any?
There was no comments in here.
No, there's no comments in there.
Terry must have sent one through Slack.
No, she said
Okay.
she sent one to the text.
Ah, okay.
I will do my best to answer that question, even though I don't know all of it. So I will tell her. I do not know. Okay.
All right. We need to hit record.
All right. We need to hit record.
So tell me when you're ready, Elsie. You're distracted. I can see.
Yes, I am not distracted anymore. I don't think I'm as distracted.
As distracted?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Tell me when you're ready.
I am ready.
Hold on. Jess is trying to fix her makeup.
It doesn't matter. It's going to bleed. Go ahead. I'm ready.
All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Press record. All right. Elsie, say hi.
Hello. Hey.
And Jess, say, try to imitate that. That would be great.
Hello. Hi. Hey.
That works.
Was that good?
Yeah.
That's amazing. So
Amazing.
She
amazing.
podcast the musical.
We've done that before. And it was
We've done that
hilarious.
before. Yes, we have. Remember?
Mhm.
That was
Yes.
such a funny episode.
It was.
We are hilarious.
Hilarious.
It was
Hell,
something 26 something. I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember. It was great.
It was funny
great.
though. Yeah.
I have to see if we can. I'm going to do this to see if I can match my head to Jess's head.
Oh,
There.
it's cut
I
off.
matched my head to your head. I kind
I
of
see.
you.
see. So we're more even.
Yeah, the computer's a little further away from you than normal, which means that I look good but can't see it that well.
That's
But
all
it's
right.
okay.
You can move. Like, that's good. You look fantastic, by the way. You're nice and beautifully red.
Thank
It's a
you.
great
You know, without
color.
this, I look even better. Look how cute I am today.
You are so cute.
I'm very cute
Ugh,
today.
I love it.
You know, I decide when I wake up just to go for cute because anything I used to dress for, like in my 20s and 30s, is no longer an option. So cute is all I've got left.
Cute is all. Cute
That's
is
all we
all
need,
I
I
have
guess, right?
access to.
Cute
Yeah,
is good.
Like
I'll
the
Cute is
settle
Beatles,
for cute.
cute is
like the
good.
Beatles say, all we need is cute. Da 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 da. All right, ready?
true.
Here we go.
All we need is cute.
As
Okay,
long
yes.
as I can stay cute till I'm 90, I think I'll be all right. I think I'll be all right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to episode 343 of She Podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Kupferman. With me, as always, the beautifully coiffed Elsie Escobar. She's
Hello.
making winning
Monkey.
gestures.
I'm
That was a
hanging.
monkey. Oh, my bad.
I don't know, or I'm dancing.
You would make the weirdest looking monkey ever.
I would. It's so
You're like-
long. Well, monkeys
the,
are long.
the other monkeys would think you were weird.
Yeah, that. I
A
totally
giraffe,
agree.
on
And it
the
would
other
be like,
hand,
what is wrong with that monkey? Why is that
someone
monkey
feed
so?
her. Feed her. She's not eating her bananas. Hurry up.
No, she's not. Also,
They would
yeah.
put a pile of bananas at your feet.
Have-
Meanwhile, they'd probably take them away from me because they'd be like, "This bitch has too many bananas."
Hey, so
Funny.
have you already found out everything about yourself that do you feel like you know yourself so good, so well that you don't have epiphanies about yourself?
No, I do have epiphanies about myself still,
Do you?
But
Okay, good.
but I know myself pretty well. But it's the why that I have trouble with. So, like, I just had an
Why you are
epiphany.
how you are?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, like for example, I was I was a little stoned, but I was like, is that weird to say? People get stoned now. It's
Dude,
legal.
Yes,
Whatever.
I know.
It's medicinal
Go.
and shit.
There's
Anyway,
there's podcasts about it.
yeah, but not this one though. But anyway,
No, yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
it was around my birthday and my husband was waxing poetic about all the things he liked about me. And I was just like, what must that be like to love something so earnestly and without judgment or reservation? And then I was like, why the fuck am I like this? Then my dad called.
Oh.
And I talked to my dad. Hey, Dad, how's it going? Everything's great. And Dad, if you're listening, sorry, it's just an observation. And we hang up and I look at Scott and I go, my dad only now says I love you when we get off the phone, but it's only if I say it first. Like, he is very emotionally unavailable, let's say.
Or
then
maybe
ahead.
verbal. But anyway, yeah, go ahead.
No, he's a great. I will never complain about my parents. They were lovely parents, but like Scott had to train him to like hug him when he first got. He was just like, I'm gonna hug you, Andy. Like my dad is just, he appreciates, but with like a pat on the back. He doesn't do a lot of like hugging and he's not cuddly. Like Isaac spent the night there, and I was just like, well, you might as well cuddle up to Bubby because it's not gonna be my dad because he's just not cuddly. He's not affectionate like that. And then I was like, oh, that's why I think it's weird when people are emotional about things because he's not like that. But it just hit me. I'm 47 and I always thought, well, what's wrong with my parents? How could my parents possibly play a part? Because I'm not, you don't know if you're happy that things are awry and they're not awry. It's just that this plus this equals this. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yes. Also, okay. So
now I know why I'm dead
another,
inside, which is great.
No, I'm going to add another layer to this. What if, because you always saying to me, like, I'm dead inside, right? So
yeah.
What about if, like, I was going to say, what about if we were friends?
I wonder.
Anyway, I wonder, what if I said to you, a few times during our friendship, Jess, you're dead inside. And then you were like, no, I'm not. And then you kept on going around, and then you kept going. And I would say, well, Jess, you're dead inside. And then all of a sudden you said, you know what? I totally am dead inside. So I'm bringing this up because is there a difference between when people tell us things and then we go, no, I'm not, because you really don't think you are. And then you have the epiphany and then you go, oh my God, I totally am that. So what is the most meaningful thing? When people tell you or when you recognize it?
When you recognize it, I think. People tell you you're going to doubt that they know anything. At least I'm oppositional to think that no one knows what they're talking about. Like I'm enough oppositional.
Right.
Like for me, if I don't see it, it doesn't happen. So if
right.
or the other thing is that, and this is also depending on who's telling you about yourself too, because a partner could be suspicious or accusing, whereas a friend could be, like a friend like you, for example, like I know you have my best interest at heart before your own, but there are other people I don't know that about. So if I'm told that I'm a problem, for example, I usually bring it back to intention. Because then I know whether or not I'm actually a problem or if I'm being misunderstood. And normally it's number two. If anytime anyone's told me I'm a problem, it's because I'm being misunderstood or because I'm so pissed that I don't care anymore if I'm a problem.
Right.
I just no longer care because I'm too annoyed and I have to get it out. So, but what do you think? Do you think it's more when you have an epiphany or when others are like, Elsie, you're on your own planet or whatever?
Well, so I'm going to address first. Look at what Andrea wrote in the comments there. She said, it's when coaches I paid to help me give me an observation about myself that I see and believe it. And then Bonnie says, your perception equals your reality.
Well, that's true.
And
Perception
I
is
think
reality.
Both of those are both of those are on par with each other. Now there's I kind of wish that I would be like Andrea, where if I paid a coach to tell me these things that I would see it and believe it.
It's never happened to me.
But I haven't had that experience myself. And I think that there is an element of oppositioning because it is in the reflection back that now I'm looking back at my behavior at other times. And I go, wow.
If you're not aware that you're oppositional, you have a bigger problem than we thought.
Yes,
you are very oppositional.
I am oppositional. I know that I'm oppositional. But what I'm saying to you is that I didn't realize to the extent that I am that. Oh, what did you get? Oh, you got food. Oh, yeah. Yummy.
So sweet.
That's so sweet. But don't eat. I mean, listen.
I know. I gotta tell him he can't do it.
Look, Andrea said that I helped her see things about herself. Okay, but here's the thing. I did see the level of my oppositionistness that has played itself outside, and this is what was the huge eye opener for me. That has played itself outside my relationships with people that are really close to me. Because I am oppositional with you.
Yes.
I am oppositional with my parents.
Very. I witnessed that. That was a fascinating. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm very oppositional. Yeah, with you, with my parents. With Randy, I am oppositional, but I tend to not fight him so hard because he is so solid. Like he will not, but he's so like, you know what I mean? Like he's just like, there's nothing that moves the man. And so I end up being like the little tiny person that's going, and then he's just like really solid, unmoving. And then I tire myself out. So then I just kind of like, I give up. I don't say anything. I fume in my own head. Oh, look, my mom's there. My mom agrees. I am oppositional.
Right, yes. Because you said with your parents and then it popped up. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm oppositional with my parents. And then I started to look back at my current, and you know what sparked it? My
Me?
conversations that I've had with, no, not you. My conversations that I've had with you about what's going on with my job and the new folks that we're working with. So keeping it super vague, I am now in a position where I'm starting to be like, I'm getting that feeling again where I'm like, no. And then I realized that I actually did it. I did it when I was on stage. Like, I haven't told you this story, but like way back in the day, I was hired as a professional actor. I was doing a show at the San Diego Rep. And I thought we were having a great time doing the show. It's really challenging. It's a very challenging show for me in many different ways. But a week before we were to go on, a week before like literally right before doing the tech week, the director replaced my main character.
Oh, shit.
The love interest. I was like the lead female. He was the lead male. And he carried the entire show. It was like basically like he was a much bigger part than I was. He replaced my lead actor, the guy who I've been working with the entire time, who was supposed to be like the love interest, and we had built chemistry, and we did all the, we had weeks of working together. And now I've had this other guy.
How long did you have to work with him before you were recording?
A week. A week before we went live. And
so let me guess, did you throw a fit?
I did.
And then what happened?
And then what happened is I'm sure he's never wanting to work with me ever again, because I was just like, this is totally not okay. Mind you, I have to tell you who the guy was.
Oh, I
think I've told you who it was. It was Ricardo Chavira from Desperate Housewives, and he's doing Selena right now. He's the dad in Selena.
Oh
so he
God.
was my leading man.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my God, gorgeous man, like tall, dark, handsome. Man, was he amazing.
Yeah.
To me.
He is amazing.
And so hot. And then the guy who was the new replacement was the director's son. And he was a foot shorter than me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. No. No, that's a mistake. That's a terrible mistake.
So I went from like tall, dark, and handsome to not that. And then,
I'm gonna spit all over my laptop.
And so I was very disturbed. Mind you, he really was a better suited character. He was better suited in all different ways, because he knew his father's work in ways that the first guy did not, right? In a deeper level. He knew the style of the show. Like it was a very stylized piece, and he knew how it was working. So I understand why this happened. But what I didn't understand was the lack of communication, the lack of like even letting me know that this was this was a huge change. And I had to deal with like, it's awkward. It's weird. And anyway.
It is.
So I did throw a bit of a tantrum. I did do the thing. I mean, obviously I performed and all the stuff, but I let it be known through my entire being, which I think that you have been around me now enough to know that when Elsie does not like something, you are like, holy, like you get this, like I have like a big cloud over my head that covers my entire self. And it's like, don't mess with her because she will bite me.
When Elsie is annoyed about something, no matter what you say to her, it's stupid. That's the evil Elsie. Elsie, when she's annoyed, not even at me, or maybe her kid, could be anybody. But when she gets on the phone and she's mad at anyone, everything you say to her is the dumbest thing she's ever heard. And she has to argue with it. Because we recently had a call where she had a cloud over her head, such as
I know describing. I did have a cloud over my head, but it wasn't about you guys. But yes, I agree. And that's
we got off the phone, and Melissa and I were both like, "Yes, Elsie, whatever you say, Elsie. Yes, Elsie, you win, Elsie. Okay, Elsie, whatever you want, Elsie." And Melissa was like, "Do you need to see if she's okay?" And I was like, "No, she's just." I often, honestly, I've talked to you enough in the middle of the day to know that it's not your best time. Because you're running from one thing to another. You haven't eaten. You have to pee. The girls are bothering you. Like it's not your best moment of the day. Is like 1, 2 o'clock. Is like, I mean, actually now it's 1 o'clock, but you probably
Yeah, but
arranged it so
Mondays
that it's
Mondays
good.
are Mondays. Mondays are
Yeah,
the
Mondays
special
are
day
different.
where we record.
Right, and everybody is paying attention.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I'm curious why you brought this up about knowing yourself and epiphanies. Like, it's interesting. I mean, one thing that annoys my husband about me the most is that I don't like help unless I ask for it. I don't want people to just jump in and start helping me because it feels very much to me like taking over, especially men. And I mean, I'd love to say that this is because of some kind of damage a man did, but sadly, no. I started when I was 8 years old. I was 8 years old, and my mom was going back to school, at night school, to be an accountant. And I had to, after school, my sister and I went to her best friend's house, and they had 2 sons, one that was a year younger than my sister and one that was a year older than me. Although we were kind of the same age. We're like a year apart. We're sitting at the kitchen table doing our homework, and he started to be like, look over to see what I'm doing. He's like, "You're not doing that right." And I was like, "Yes, I am." "No, you're not doing it right because blah, 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 blah." And I was like, "You don't know what you're talking about. I'm doing it right. I'm doing it this way for a reason." And he was like, "Well, you can't do it that way." And I blew up in his face. I mean, it went on for like a half hour. And then he went to his mother and he's like, "I was just trying to help her," because I was furious. I was like, "Get your eyes off my paper. Get your face out of my face. Don't look at my homework. Do what you were doing. Leave me alone. I don't like you." Like, I just went nuts. I went nuts.
Yeah. Well, Troy has a point, in the chat. Troy has a point. He said it ain't helping if they didn't ask. So,
I mean, he was 9, I was 8. I never felt bad about it, but he was clearly surprised that his help was unwanted, especially because he was thinking he was kind. And I was like, "Back off, bucko." But I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like when Scott does. This is why, honestly, I've learned I don't like to cook in the kitchen when the other two are, like, when Meryl and Scott are down, because they got to help. Are you sure that's the right spoon for that? If I were you, I would use this other bowl. If I, are you maybe the other day it was like I was making tuna casserole and she was just like, "Do you think that's enough protein with only 2 cans of tuna?" And I was like, "If I add another one, it's half tuna." It's half tuna and I mean, like, I can only eat so much fish in one bite. No. So, I mean, yeah, helping. I don't like unsolicited helping at all.
Yeah,
that
but
said, I'm also very bad at asking for help. So
that's a lot more understandable, though, Jess. That's not like, I believe most people would not be okay with that.
When I learned
I wouldn't like unsolicited help either, unless I'm really struggling. Like, and mind you, you still, even when I'm really struggling and then you offer some kind of help, you usually do it in a way that you say, "Do you want a little bit of help with this because of, whatever," right? And it's very specific, the way in which you offer that out, because then I can say yes or no, or what I really would need help with. Actually, you know what? Including to the realization of yourself, right? Because I have been thinking a lot about this, because I've also come up to another realization, and this time it was obviously about the show notes, because I've been such a gung-ho, like I refuse.
You've been very controlling about our show
notes. Yes, I've been very controlling about the show notes. And I can't say I was making up stories in my head, because I understood a process that I wanted to stick to, and I couldn't allow for a differentiation in that. But the reason that my nose is running, I'm sorry, everybody.
Okay.
Hold on.
Poor thing.
So the reason that now I am so much more open to it is because I came to a desire to want to switch my show notes up. Like, I wanted to switch it up because I felt there was a better way to do it for the show, not necessarily for me, but a better way in the way that I've been watching everybody's show notes to do it for the show. Right. And then I wanted to test it out, but I didn't know what that was. So I kind of got stuck in a weird place.
Like a little loop.
like a little loop where it's like I have to keep doing it this way, but I don't have time to figure out if there's a better way to do it because
Totally.
it's too much. So when Melissa offered to do, like, she just sent us her notes, when she was here,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
that allowed me to start from a framework to see how we can evolve the show notes
Yeah.
to a different type of a feel that I was looking for. And I think we're moving forward with that. And that made me feel really good. And to come back to it, I did finally, unfortunately, this is like human beings, man. I did finally hit the biggest pain point, which is my time now is even less than it was before. So I can't do all, like, if you could remove these things, like I no longer have the attachment that I did because I have other things that need to get done that are much more important. Not to say that the show notes are not important, but meaning for us, right? Like I would
Mhm.
I'd rather not do the show notes for an hour on the weekends and for me to work, or for us to work on the stuff that we're working for the membership. Like that to me, it feels like I need to work on that. Like I don't want to work on the show notes. So it switched it around, which brings me back again that I think as human beings, we often hit that wall. We hit that wall where we're done. At least for me, I can't say all of us. I often hit walls. And when I hit a wall, I'm done with the thing. I'm done. It's
Yeah.
time to do the other thing now. But I just wish I would get there sooner.
Me
I don't know how
too.
to do that.
I was reading, I was trying to figure out my money. I don't really, I'm not really, first of all, besides not being in touch with my emotions, I'm not really well in touch with my money blocks. And
Mhm.
so I was looking for the money blocks, like, what is it? What is it? What is it? And I realized I was smack dab in the middle of executing one as I was reading it. It was about, I know, dude. I know. Let me just, I'm trying to find it because I think it's useful. I don't know if it's like family money drama, or I don't think it is. It's more about me. It's like I don't believe I'm sabotaging success, but because of a weird, maybe it's like I don't trust myself if I am successful, therefore I sabotage it every time.
Hmm.
And I was reading this the day that I decided to push our membership launch again. And
Oh.
also, I'm in the process of being like, maybe I don't like these designs. Maybe I want some. Really, what it is like with, I've been doing it myself, and I'm okay with doing like the copy myself, but I don't want to do the design myself. And like when Melissa, she's not feeling well, and I didn't think she'd be able to maybe work with me this week. I was like, oh my God, just all the things I have to do myself. Like this week is fucking crazy. I can't do that and have meetings and live my life. I'm going to have to not live my life for a whole week. What am I doing? And then I
Right.
read that and it was like, you start over, throw away the whole concept and start from scratch. And I was like, oh shit. That's exactly what I do. I don't remember why necessarily, but I remember being like, "Oh no, I'm doing this. I am doing it right now. Oh shit." So and I mean it doesn't get rid of like the urge to do it at all. It's just more about like, okay, well now that I know, I can stop myself from being a jackhole,
Well,
from doing,
yeah,
wait.
it's
Wait,
super
wait, wait, wait. Here they
interesting.
are. Here, I found it. I
Okay.
found
Okay.
it.
All right. All
Here's
right.
the 3 most common money blocks. You have to really work really hard to make money. You can help people or make money, but not both. Or more money, more problems. And the first one, you have to work hard to make money. That is the one, because it says, how do you know if you have this block? You find yourself reinventing the wheel or overcomplicating systems instead of following a proven plan. You procrastinate and end up doing things last minute or all nighters. You get bored and break stuff that works just so you can start over from scratch. You resist outsourcing, preferring to do everything yourself because it's quicker or because no one else can do it the way you can do it. You feel like you're cheating if you think things are too easy, or you write off your wins as flukes. You're never proud of yourself.
Oh,
Eesh.
wow.
I
Eek.
was like, damn, all of those are me. And I didn't know that I felt this way. But I was like, oh my God, my money block is you have to work. If it's easy, it's not worth doing. It has to be hard or it's not a success. Ah, crap. Because I
That's
looked at the
huge.
membership and I go, oh my God, I've complicated this to the point of no return. I was originally supposed to have the team design it, but I got all crazy with the graphics. As you can see, if you're watching this live, I got all crazy with wanting the graphics to be like the yellow submarine. And I wanted each course to have its own background. Like, why am I doing that? What am I doing that for? Who the fuck cares? I mean, most people aren't even going to care what it looks like. Am I right?
You are.
It's really frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. So I'm pushing it back so that I can hire someone to do the things that I'm struggling with because I need to enjoy my life. And even though I'm desperate to launch it, I don't want to do it and then hate it, which is what always happens. So I'm not going to hate it. I'm going to be thrilled with it because someone else is going to do it instead of me. But that's a
Oh my
huge
gosh.
realization. And it made me feel like I did not know myself at all. And this was like 2 days ago.
Yeah. I mean,
So
that's one of those things where I could have told you that, but I didn't know
You-
that was a block. You know what I mean?
You could
I
have
didn't
told me
know that
what,
was
that I'm afraid
like-
of success? What do you mean?
No. The things that you like, I would never have
Mhm.
said the top level things, like the
Right,
way that
right.
it was, those
Like you
things
have
I
to
would
work
have
hard?
not. I was like, what? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have gone like, that's Jessica, but like with those bullet points,
Yes.
I was like, uh-huh. I mean, I do the thing where I want to do everything myself because nobody can do it the way I can. Like I do that.
Mhm.
But all the other stuff, I'm not as like the other bullets, I'm not that person. But that one bullet, yes, I am.
No,
but
the next one, Elsie, you can either help people or make money. Listen
Yeah.
to these. You feel
Oh,
it's
no.
exploitive to charge fees to help people transform their lives. You feel so bad when people can't afford your fees that you work for them for free at the expense of other paying clients. You feel guilty about making money and feel you should give it away. And you secretly judge people in your industry who make a lot of money or think they must be doing something dodgy in order to be successful. I mean, there's a few in there that I subscribe to as well. And I don't think that you can either help people or make money or both, but somewhere deep inside, something in there is going, this isn't right.
Yep.
You're not a
You're
good
right.
person if you're wealthy and helping people. Then you're bad.
Right.
I mean, and it's why we're in our 8th year of She Podcast, and we're only just now, we only just recently started it as a business. I think both of
that
us have got a serious problem with that one.
We did have, and I think that there's a lot of learning that happens. And that's when I was thinking about, I was like, when are you going to be able to just get over it? Like, how are you going to, that's why I asked the question, can we have these realizations faster, please? Because if I would have just,
No.
like, I wish that there was just what, there was a thing
How
where
the
it was like
universe
this.
works.
Well, I know, but then, I mean, okay.
You have to have the epiphanies when you need them, not all at once. Imagine the download of all the things. You'd just be like, I'll file this for later. This doesn't apply now. I can't deal with this right now.
Right. Absolutely. But in that process, though, there are some folks that are, okay, so this is where the element of privilege comes into the mix. Okay. When you have the privilege to work on yourself and be alone-ish, at least, to just focus on bettering yourself, attuning to the deeper parts of your heart, prayer, connection to something bigger, recognizing that you're part of a whole, all of the things, all the studies that make you a better human, all the ability to read the books and from wise people who have done a lot of work in not only business, but spirituality and communities and all the insight that comes from social work and all of that, because all of this information is out there to be able to not only get it, but digest it, transform it, and therefore you are as well. The privilege to have that space is not there for a lot of us because we have to be doing X, Y, Z turning upside down, dealing with the reality of the thing. The car is broken. The child is having a problem. There's no internet. We have to get this, and so
Yeah.
the ability to have those downloads or the that time to digest all the stuff, that's a privilege that many of us don't have. Because especially, and may I make this a gendered thing, especially some women.
Well, I was just going to
Because
say it's also an age thing.
it could be an age thing,
I
or
think
it's
it
a
is.
woman thing too, though. I mean, because of the fact that there's a lot of time. I mean, in times prior to the ones that we have and the way that we've been socialized, we have to take care of so many different things and juggle a bazillion different things now. And then historically, at least so socially speaking, in the past decade or so, men were still going to the office and going to do their thing at the office and coming home later. Whereas then women started to not only take care of the household, but start online businesses or side hustles or trying to do this other thing on the side. And then also being able to do the work and home. And then there was that whole thing of like working moms, and it just became that we are now multitasking a bazillion different things. When do we get an opportunity to get through those insights?
I feel like the luxury is also age, only because I don't recall. I mean, like, I had the bandwidth, I think, once my older children got older. It's just that I didn't take those opportunities because I was too busy trying to hustle and prove something. Like,
Right.
I wasn't at the age where I wanted to see how I was connected and what my role was in the universe. I didn't even get curious about that till I was around 40. I mean,
Right.
I was curious, but I was more curious about, like, what am I supposed to do with my life, not who am I supposed to be. And actually, the things that sent me down those journeys were tragedy.
Yep.
I may have never, had I not had tragedy, I may have never ever tried to know who I was supposed to be or even question it, because I was too busy gunning for success, because success is the only answer and being wealthy is the only answer and having a beach house and whatever else I want to do is like those are the priorities, not who am I supposed to be and who am I supposed to help and why me and not someone, like, those are questions that I think, I don't know, are those questions that we ask when there's no other question left also, like when we just sort of like, I don't know, like now that we're closer to 50, there is something to be said for wondering, like, if you're on the right path as a person, or have you screwed up the first 50 years? Because you probably don't have another 50, but maybe a little less than that. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Jeez. Your mom said every moment is a teaching, is a lesson for everybody if you pay attention. It's true.
That is
That's
true.
very true.
And but at the same time, though, are we ready to listen? And that's really just us, right? Because the opportunity for us to look at those teachings is there. But I think that society, regardless of what it's doing right now, there is an element of where we are failing is in our ability to digest what we are receiving. Just the action of digesting is not happening. And that can be layered on to every part, the way that we're eating our food, because we're just shoving it in our mouths. We don't even know what hunger feels like anymore. Or we're starving, we're shoving that food in the mouth, and it causes issues inside of the gut where you are either going to the bathroom like a nut, like just diarrhea, hello, or you're just all stuffed up and you can't go to the bathroom. There's issues with the digestive system because we're not digesting our food. We're eating, walking around, shoving food in, randomly eating stuff while we're doing different things. That's actually a metaphor for how we're doing our life. So even now, opening up social media, everything's coming in, all of the news, all of the information, everything that's happening in your eyes, what you're listening to, all of this stuff. We have no time to digest that, and it gets stuck in ourselves, and we have no way to even do either to get rid of it or it's stuck in there somehow. Same exact thing. And so there are all of these little things, and that's why, and especially with Ayurveda, at least the system that I try to align to, it doesn't matter how healthy the food is. So it doesn't matter if you are reading the healthiest books for you, meaning the most healing things, if you're following people that are healing for you, if you are doing all this stuff, if you cannot properly digest, then it doesn't matter your food that you're eating. It doesn't matter the high quality of food that you're eating.
Andrea is becoming exhausted just listening to us.
There's too much all the time. Andrea knows. And she just had a car. What did you do? She got stuck in a ditch. No, I can't say. She didn't get stuck in a ditch. Her car broke down or something and she had to be in the thing. I mean, that's annoying and horrible. And I'm sorry. And I'm glad that you invested in all of your roadside assistance. So good for you for having the foresight of doing that. But oh my God, it's the only thing.
Your mom says life is changing all the time. What you know today is not the same tomorrow. The only constant is our faith. That is true for you, mommy, but my faith wanes all the time. The only constant is me, and that's why I'm trying to get to know myself better and be more in touch with my emotions, because my thoughts about religion or my thoughts about love, my thoughts about friendship and all those things, they constantly change. What I think I want versus what I've actually had before versus what I have now versus what if I could create an ideal. Like, I'm constantly ruminating that crap in my head all the time. And does your mom, I don't know if your mom knows that my husband's studying to be a rabbi. So his faith is,
I have not
his
told
faith
her
is
that.
also, his faith is also never waning. And that makes me question it more. Like, is he serious or I can't believe he doesn't question it ever, because that's my nature, because I'm oppositional, is to question everything. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He has full faith, but he doesn't know shit. You know, I can't differentiate between what I think and what I want to think. And I don't know, it's just hard. But so I've been trying to teach my children that, like, they've got to become friends with themselves, which is a hard thing to do. But if you don't, then you're always lonely. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No? No, I'm never alone. That's true. That's true. It's true. It's true. Jews always ask questions. We're brought up to do that. That's because our parents are also oppositional, or they wouldn't have come to this country in the first place. It takes an oppositional. I always think that immigrants and children of immigrants are ADHD and oppositional, because it takes a very restless person to be like, fuck this shit, I'm moving out of Russia. I got to get out of here. Like, that's a big journey. That is a big trip. Your parents
oh my God,
perfect examples. That takes a lot of balls to leave your situation and come here, not knowing what's here. It's scary. But I think that there has to be like a restless spirit there to do that. So you get it from somewhere else. You just don't know where at this moment.
It's all yes. Yes, it's all in my DNA, man. It's all in my DNA. Yeah.
We don't know from who. Do you? Maybe you do know from who.
I don't know, dude. I'm oppositional to my core in many different ways.
Someone in your family is also a troublemaker. Besides you, who is it?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, I'm just kidding.
No, I have no idea who's a troublemaker, unless it's like this.
Grandparents?
We don't talk about Bruno. No. It's that.
So
it's Bruno in our family. Bruno in our family. Nobody talks about Bruno. So
no, I guess that's true.
There is somebody in my family that is that song, and that's why you never hear about the people, because we don't talk about Bruno.
Mm-hmm. Married in a hurricane. Sorry,
I'm telling you, it's like that. But see, no, I think that you just watching Encanto is like everybody's. It's like, everyone. Oh my God, yes, it's yes.
Relatable no matter who you are. It's so true. Anyway, all right. Well, yeah, this has been an interesting exploration into the sense of self. Because let me ask you this. Okay. Do you think you can get to know yourself better if you read your astrological sign, your ENFP, your Myers-Briggs, your human design? Like, do you think that those things are consistent? Do they clash with one another? Is that helpful in the journey of getting to know yourself, or is it just distraction?
I think that they have been actually very helpful. I think they have been very helpful. Not well, I think that the first into insight into any kind of personality things for most people is like astrological signs and stuff.
Mhm.
But the really helpful ones are the personality ones are unbelievable. Like the Myers-Briggs
Myers-Briggs.
stuff. Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
the Enneagram stuff is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like all of those like the fascination principle. Like there's all of these things that in looking back and being able to cull through some of that information, it has been really interesting because I have a document where I have all of the quizzes and stuff to be able to go into that, and the way that they're actually, what's really actually the most important and the ones that I have seen how helpful they are the ones that are used for work environments
Oh
where
yeah.
where you're able to do some of these tests, these personality tests at work, so that
That's the
the type,
five. That's Stephen
you know,
Pressfield. That's the 5 characteristics.
it's
That's the
like
one
I
that I've
forgot,
seen used. What the fuck is it called?
what is it called?
Um,
Wait, hold on. What is it? I'm going to put it in my search here because I have it inside of my computer and I can. Strength Finders, the Strength
yes,
Finder.
the
Yes.
Strengths
So
Finder.
Strength
Yes, that's a
Finder,
big one.
the Strength Finder was a huge for me because I was just like, oh, that's
Yeah,
amazing. Like it makes sense.
it
So
made
many
sense for
different
me
things.
too. It
It
explained
was,
a lot.
yes. And being,
Specifically, sorry, go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, you
I was
go.
going to say it explained a lot to me. My 5 characteristics helped me know what I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing, which is something no one could tell me before. But the fact that
Correct.
I have a futuristic and woo, which means those two things together means that I can see and visualize a future that I can let other people see as well. Like, because I'm a
Right.
woo person, so they kind of like, I'm a little bit I'm just charismatic enough to get people to see my point of view, especially if I'm like, imagine a world where we're doing this, right? Like people are like, I see it, like I'm good at that. I mean, so that's why
I
I
see
think I'm good.
it.
That's why I think I'm good at writing copy, especially for our event,
Right.
because I actually do see it and I can
Right.
communicate what I see and everyone having a good time and everyone learning and and I think that people pick up on that. Whereas, like, I don't remember I think we have some of the same ones, but I don't know.
Well, I think that what the one that you're talking about, the futuristic thing, I don't think that that's part of the Myers-Briggs.
No,
I think,
Myers-Briggs is
I mean, sorry,
EJ.
the Strength Finder, I don't think
Yes.
that it's part of the
Yes,
Strength Finder.
it
Um,
is.
then
Strength.
we don't have the same at all because I don't have, I
Oh, really?
mean,
What are yours?
I didn't even see it. My Strength Finder thing is number 1 is strategic. Number 2 is emphatic. Number 3
Mhm.
is intellection. Number 4 is
Mhm.
connectedness. And number 5 is input.
No, I have none of those. What even
Yeah,
are
exactly.
those?
That's what I'm saying. Like when you said futuristic, I was like, I don't think that that's part of the thing. But in terms of that, because of the fact, just what you're saying, like there's a lot of that strength is in those things, and that's how my brain works. And so if you have to put
Mhm.
me into another, like I understand why I resist a lot of things because it
Yeah.
doesn't work for my brain to understand it in so many different ways. I don't thrive in those environments. And who are we to be able to say we can just leave and get ourselves to an environment where we can thrive? Give me a
I'd
moment.
like you to
Yes.
send me your report. I would like to see that report. I want to know what
I
it
have to
is.
go sign a package. 1 second. Hold on
Okay,
one
okay.
sec.
All right.
Okay,
Well, I'll
hold
tell
on.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry.
That's okay. I can fill the space with people. It's all fine. So Bonnie says she was hired based on her Myers-Briggs. The only thing I have a problem with when it comes to Myers-Briggs is that mine are always different. Certain things are not different, like it's usually NTJ, but the I versus the E, introvert or extrovert, changes almost every time I do it. It depends on my mood, because if you're true, I mean, I guess they think an introvert is someone who's like, I prefer to work alone, and I don't prefer to work alone, but I don't gain energy from being in crowds of people either. So but the N is intuition, the T is thinking, and the J is judgment. Those are the same every
Sorry.
time. I was talking about Myers-Briggs. Mine's different every time. It's either INTJ or ENTJ every single time, and it depends on my mood. Then I was explaining because I think they think that introverts only like to work alone, and I don't like to work alone specifically, but I do not suck energy out from other people. I do that from being like I recharge by being alone, not by being with other people.
Right.
But I like to work with other people. It makes so going back to the Gallup, I wanted to tell you mine. Hold on. Are you ready?
Yes.
Communication, futuristic, activator, individualization, and woo.
Wait, what are those?
Those are my 5 strengths finder.
Yeah, but those are not, the woo is not in the strengths finder test.
It is so. Clifton strengths. I'm staring at my own results. It is so. It's called woo.
It's called woo?
You don't got no woo.
I've never heard that woo is in a strengths finder test.
So yeah. So what I'm looking at is the more recent version where they actually have it color coded, and like purple is the execution ones, orange is influential, blue is relationship building, and green is strategic thinking. And I can tell you I have 0 purple, which is like focus, discipline, responsibility, consistency, arranging, achieving, right? Like none of that is me. I have 3 in the influencing section, which is competition, significance, command, maximizing, activation, communication, self-assurance. I have 2 in relationship building, individualization and positivity, and 4 in strategic thinking, which is probably weird, but I'm a learner. I like to be strategic. I ideation, which I mean, that doesn't sound like a compliment, but whatever. And futuristic. Maybe we're looking at different tests.
Yeah, I think we might be, because it's weird that,
Hold on, I'm going to share my screen. See if
I
this
think
is
that it's like a different.
Hold on.
I was looking at the clip. Is it the Clifton thing?
Yes.
Clifton?
This is it. This is me.
Oh.
It says woo right there, woman.
It says woo. That's what I just looked at. That is so bizarre.
But look, I have 3. And then I took the more, the 34 is like how much do you have in everything? And look at my chart.
Oh my
it's like,
God.
It's like naked, and then but influential and strategic. But I have no execution skills. That's so sad.
No, but that's ADHD.
I know, but that's kind of
ADHD.
makes me sad.
I mean, I think most ADHD people are not going to have any purple. Hence my disliking of purple. I'm just kidding.
Ew. So wait, so what are yours again? Where are you again?
Well, the ones that I have here that I took a while ago. So looking at that test, who knows if it's even there? Strategic, emphatic, intellection, connectedness, and input. I don't even know if that's in there.
Here's input. Here's intellection. Well, and you said,
hold on.
I lost your
emphatic.
First wait, emphatic should be in emphatic or empathetic.
It says emphatic.
It's probably positivity. That's probably in blue.
And
that's what I have that one too.
Connectedness.
Yep, that's in blue.
And what did I say? Did you strategic intellection? I don't know what the heck that is.
Intellection is green. I don't know. We can find out. You like to think. You like mental activity. You like exercising the muscles of your brain.
Yeah. So like I'm green and
you're mostly green and blue, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. I'm all green and I'm all blue.
And I lead with orange and then green. So I mean, that actually stands to reason, because I do think we have a lot in common. I can't stop. I do think we have a lot in common as far as like how we think of things in a strategic way. Like, like we're pretty similar in those areas. It's the other areas that I like to persuade, and you're just like gotta intellectualize everything, and I'm just like, let's party.
Yeah, but then neither of us know how to actually do it. No, neither of us go execute on it.
We have no purple. If any of you are purple out there, help us.
I know we need a purple person.
I think Melissa is a purple.
Yeah, Marisa, you know what? It's Melissa. Like, no wonder. This is what I'm saying. I think it's so helpful to be able to like, that's why when I was looking for somebody to maybe, because I've been noodling on hiring somebody just for me, like a person to just help me out. Like I literally would say, listen, I don't care how creative or innovative or strategic you are about anything. In fact, I want you to really love spreadsheets. I want you to do things in like totally the opposite of me, because that's actually what I need you for. I don't need to sit here and I have you, Jess. You are my person that helps me with that stuff. But I need somebody to follow through with emails, make sure you'd make the appointments, make sure I don't forget stuff. Like, did you do this thing? Like all of the boring.
All that's Melissa.
All of that. That's what I need. I need a purple person.
I wish she could clone herself and we could each have a Melissa.
Oh
But she works for both of us, but you know,
it's like a purple.
she also,
there she's right there. Melissa. Yeah, she is.
Melissa, I would like you to take, I'm going to send you, if you have never taken the Strengths Finder, I have to know what hers are now. I'm going to send her a coupon code for it.
Yeah, I have to like check out.
You want to retake it too? Because I can.
I probably
it's
should
cheaper if you do a bunch at once. Like if I get 5,
oh really?
It's cheaper. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it's like to be able to finish out that thing simply because then you know. It's like I need help with all of the purple parts because
me too. But look at the purples. Okay, but doesn't this sound like Melissa? Okay, discipline, focus, responsibility, consistency, deliberate. All of that is Melissa. I mean, it says arranger, achiever. I don't know her well enough to know if those are, I don't know that well enough to know, but I do.
I don't know what a arranger is.
Oh, an arranger is somebody who makes plans. You're a conductor. When faced with a complex situation, you enjoy managing all the variables. She's an event planner. Hell yeah, that's
not
her.
me. Not me. No.
Melissa, I would be shocked if you weren't totally purple. But I think you probably have some relationship building too, because she's also very funny and fun to be around. Right. Anyway, oh God, we've been
talking forever about everything, but not podcasting. I do hope everybody understands that
this was an important conversation, though.
Yes. No. And I'm not saying that this doesn't matter, but here's why I feel our show is very different than all of the other podcasts about podcasting out there. Because these are all conversations that you need to be having around building a podcast. It's also the reality of building an online platform. It's also the way in which you get an opportunity to know yourself and to grow. It's also an opportunity for you to recognize that a show about something doesn't have to look the same way like everybody else does. Mm-hmm. And the reason that people tend to gravitate towards us and our work is because we do things like this, because we don't come inside and into something without bringing the humanity, bringing the passion, bringing the fact that we suck at some things, bringing the fact that we're just figuring things out when it comes to other things. And we don't try to just tell people, hey, this is the way it's done. We are here with you and we together are moving forward all the time. So anyway, I know that there's a lot of times when everybody just wants to know how many downloads and how do I grow my show? All of those types of things. I understand it. I totally get it. But sometimes conversations like this can matter more to the work that you're putting in the world that goes beyond podcasting. One day you too will be 50.
You too.
You too.
That is funny. All right. I guess we'll just end it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Yes. You're welcome to give us feedback as to whether or not you want us to talk more about these kinds of things, self-realization and how it relates to work, or if you just want us to stick to Spotify and iHeart, let us know. Feedback at ShePodcast. We're sad if that's the case. I'm assuming that's not the case.
Boring.
But please let us know. Feedback at ShePodcast.com. You can also find our website, ShePodcast.com. And us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at She Podcasts. Thank you guys so much for being here with us live. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
So much. And for those of you who are listening, not live, we appreciate you just as much. Thank you so much for listening. And we will see you next time. Love you.
Mean it.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, ladies. You can end
that's
that.
That's nice. They're writing what you offer goes beyond podcasting, especially for me. Thank you. I love that. Love you, mommy. Bye. Your mom. I hope she wasn't mad that I said that about Faith. Hers doesn't wane, but mine wanes a lot. I don't want it to, but it does.
What's the number? 3, 4, what? 4-3.
4-3. Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
I was cracking up when you were talking about, you don't like it when Scott gives you direction.
Hell,
I was
I
like,
don't.
really funny. I've never had that problem with you.
I don't. What do
Well,
you
John,
mean? You don't mind when I? What are you saying?
Well, what I'm saying is, it's funny when you and we talk about issues that we have or that I have. It's not more like I don't ask. I tell. I'm like, hey, can you look at the mic, or can you talk to the mic, or can you stop putting your nail polish
Yeah.
on, or that kind of
because
stuff. I don't ask.
I
tell.
don't question your authority in this area. But when you live with someone and they act authoritative in every area, you have to question some of it. I can't just blindly follow him because I think he's a little crazy. And so I mean, we all are. Well, I mean, he's the same way. I know that he'll blindly follow me on certain things, but if I try and act like an expert on other things, he'll be like, "You're acting like your mother." Because my mother used to act like an expert on everything, and my dad would say she was living in, her name was Sherry. He would always say, "Oh, we're visiting Sherryland, where you know everything about everything." Anyway,
Oh my God.
I would get,
Are
I
we
get in
getting
trouble.
off live?
Yeah. Well, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll end the broadcast here.
Bye.
Goodbye.